Hi there, guys. So it is Dread Captain Nero from the present here. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering why it's a present day version of me and not the one that you can see on the screen. That's because the one you can see on the screen is a schmuck. To put it short and simply, he went in to Tarkov to record some footage for the next task and to give you guys a detailed walkthrough of how to complete that task. However, he forgot to set all his audio up, so there's no audio whatsoever. So I do want to apologise for that. There's not even any game audio, but the footage that I got was actually really, really good, and I didn't want to scrap it to re-record with audio. So I've just decided that I'll talk over it and talk through what I was doing, and we'll take it from there. So as you can see, we are on Therapist's first task, which is called Shortage. Now this task requires you to find 5 salewa kits, and they have to be found in raid, I believe, which isn't too difficult. Now you do start with one right off the bat, so I just always trade that in straight away. One thing to note as well, um, they don't have to be full. So if you find one in raid and you have to use it, don't worry about using it. As long as there's at least one use left on it, you can still trade it into it. So don't worry about like they start with like 400 points worth of use. Don't worry if you take that down to like there's 50 points left or something or 10 points left. It will still be able to be traded into her for the task. So don't worry about using it if you're in a spot of trouble in the middle of a raid after finding one. So we are going to be going into a couple of different maps in this video, because there is a few locations that I've found you can find salo kits really, really quickly and quite efficiently. So what we'll do is we will jump into there just now. I'll cut out all this bump for you, and we'll kick back off once we're in the raid, and I'll talk you through what I'm doing. Okay. Okay, guys, so we're just about to jump into the map. So we are on the shoreline map for this one. Now we've actually got a lucky spawn here, because the first place that I do want to go is Scav Island, which is over there to our right. But first, as you can see, this is an ambulance, and we are looking for medical supplies. So always, if you do start at the side, always open up this ambulance and just have a wee look inside, because there can sometimes be a salvo kit just inside the doorway there. So what we're going to do is you can see Scav Island, as I say, is just off to the right there. So there's a couple of medical bags in a little shed over there. So we are going to run over there first, just to have a look. Now it is quite dangerous running across here because you're completely exposed and completely open. So when you're going across this ship, you do want to move as quickly as possible. I got a little bit stuck there and ran out of stamina, which isn't the best. Also be careful because sometimes, depending on where you've come from, or if anyone's been here before you, there is sometimes between 1 and 3 scavs that can spawn on this island. So I'm just skirting the area, making sure that they're not here, and that is 100% clear. So in this first little boathouse type thing, you do have a weapons box, weapons case. Now when I saw that there was nothing in that, I was a bit apprehensive, because I'm thinking that there's no one here, considering I got this closest spawn to it. I was thinking that maybe there was someone there, but as you can see, these are the 2 medical bags. Again, there was nothing in that one, and then nothing in that one. So at this point, I'm thinking someone must have searched this. It's very strange that the 3 things that I've searched all have nothing. So I'm not really best pleased at this point. And then that's only got 1 thing in it, but it was a pile of crap. So there's a chance that that's been searched as well. So at this point, I'm really, really apprehensive. I'm thinking, right, there's got to be someone nearby. The fact that almost 4 things on this island, everything that's lootable, or anything that's decently lootable on this island, has been touched already. But what's most likely happened is I don't see anyone or anything. So what's most likely happened is that it's just been someone who's got in and got out quick, just searched it and then got out and hightailed it out of there. Probably just been looking for medical supplies themselves and just decided to hightail it out of there. So with that being a bust for this raid, I am going to head to the next location, which is also on Shoreline map. Now that is actually up at the health resort itself. Now obviously health resort is probably the most dangerous place to be on Shoreline map. It's where all the geared players go. They've got the keys for the rooms. Um, Fortunately for us, for the to get the salewas, you don't actually need any keys. The salewas, I'm not saying you wouldn't find salewas behind the locked doors. You probably will find salewas behind locked doors, but where I'm going to show you, you don't actually need a single key. The rooms that I'll show you on this map are 100% not behind any locked doors, so you can easily just come in with zero keys and go and check those areas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out, and when we get to the health resort, make this video a bit more streamlined for you, and I'll come back once we're at the health resort. Okay, so we are back. Um, we are just outside the health resort. We're holed up at a little rock because I thought I saw someone on the roof of health resorts. I didn't want to go up while they were looking. Um, so, as I said before, health resort is the most dangerous part of the shoreline map. Um, this is where all the heavily geared players come. So, if you're not heavily geared yourself or not confident, you will want to um, be very careful and sneaky in how you go about this area. Obviously, I've just got a bog standard AK-74 here. I don't even have any armor on, or if I do, it's like tier 1, so there's like very little protection. Not wearing a helmet, so yeah, so I have to be very careful on how I go about this. So as you can see, I'm just taking my time, not not pushing it, trying to in a way bait some shots to see. Um, Staying at that wall, so if anyone did shoot me, I could quickly dive behind it and obviously hightail it out there. So no one shot, so I'm slowly making my way in. Not seeing anyone on the roofs or on the ground, so it seems to be safe. So my first thing is, as I said, I'm going to go to this ambulance. So check this medical bag. Obviously, since I had to close it there, it seems like someone's definitely searched it. Nothing there. But that's always my first protocol whenever I come up to the resort. Check that ambulance for that medical bag. Just have a look in this window. I'm not seeing anything. I'm having a look here. So I'm not too sure if it's at this point I heard something. Um, I do hear someone moving at some point, so I'm just being very careful. Now, all this corridor that I'm looking down, all the way down this corridor, is the rooms that you want to search. These are like medical type rooms. So you can find salewas anywhere in these rooms. So yeah, definitely at this point, this is where I hear someone. So I'm just being careful, making sure. Um, Still checking though, because like I said, I don't really want to come across them. Because I'm willing to bet that they're heavily geared players. So I'm hearing them, so I'm just sitting here holding this point, wait, hopefully that they'll walk past and that I can shoot them. All this while, you guys obviously can't hear it because I didn't get the audio recorded, but they're like moving about just outside the room somewhere, so trying to be as quiet as possible, see if I can pinpoint where they are. Check this bag while I'm in the room. Probably playing a dangerous game because he'll be able to hear what I'm doing there. But I'm thinking I can't just sit in the one spot and silent for ages. I do need to keep moving. So at this point, I know they're definitely to my right. So and there you go. So I see him. So he fires a shot, he misses. I got a few hits on him. Um, I don't know what to do. I was going to try and run, but I'm thinking, no, I've hit him. I may as well go. There he is. There, he's hit me a couple of times, but I get a headshot and I'm dead. So I run into this bathroom. I do hear another one. So run into this bathroom, reload, and I want to try and heal up as quickly as possible. When I hear the second one, he is still above me. So he's obviously his friend, the one I just killed, came down the stairs first. Maybe heard me and decided to come down and investigate. But his mates run around upstairs above me, so I know I've got the time to heal. Get ready for this next firefight when it does happen, because it's kind of inevitable now. Um, he's going to want revenge for me killing his friend, so I do have to try and do this as quickly as possible. Just making sure my next mag is 100% full, or as full as it can be. Now, I think I was messing about with the rent there because I don't think his friend had come too much. I think his friend had ran away, so I was like, right, okay, I should be okay. Um, I heard him running down the other side of the hallway, so I'm like, right, while he's ran away, I've got the time to loot this guy. Um, Now that one was a player scav, but it's definitely players that I'm hearing above. So I can hear them coming back. There we go. There it is. So both of them got one straight away with a headshot. The other one's ran away a little bit. I will apply that pressure and get the headshot on him as well. So that's, as you can tell from what they were looking like, that's two heavily geared players right there. So they obviously heard the shots. Were running about upstairs. Probably weren't too sure to investigate, but as hadn't heard any shots from me in a while since because I killed that scav, we're thinking that it was okay to push. And I was able to obviously take them out. So if you look at the gear that they've got here, they're obviously highly geared. Um, so yeah, and those rooms that I mentioned to you before, I don't bother searching them in this one because the simple fact you find out here when I look at these guys' bodies, they have a lot of salewa quits on them. So and they were up on the second floor, so I believe that what they've done is they've come straight to the resort geared and searched all of it. So I think they would have picked up all the salewas because I get 3 or 4 salewas from their bodies. Um, so I don't bother checking all the rooms that I told you to check. But if you are going to resort yourself, and obviously you think you're the first one there, or you're not too sure if anyone is there already, then definitely check those rooms to the right. Is when you go in that front door that I went in. Just check down every single room on the left and the right of that corridor, and I can guarantee you'll find at least 2 salawas. If you do have keys for rooms upstairs, then by all means go and check them. You might find more salawas in there as well. As I said, I've not actually proven that myself yet. I always just check the ground floor rooms, and I'm able to find what I need there. So there's no reason for me to go upstairs unless I'm looking for other items. Now I am going to leave that there for that one, because I am conscious of the time this video is taking and I don't want it to be too long for you guys. So what we'll do is we'll jump into it when we're on the next map, which is going to be the new map, um, and then we'll jump into it there. So see you guys soon. Okay, so we're on the reserve map here, guys. Now I know this one is a bit darker. The reason for that is because I came into a map where it was early morning. Now the building that I'm searching here and the building that you want to search in the reserve map, which has all the medical supplies, is the White Knight building. Or is it White Bishop? I can't actually remember. It should show me here actually. Once I get out of this building, that's where I run across to, so I'll show you where it is. It's either White Knight or White Bishop. I can't remember what it's called, but I'll show you once I come out here, because I'll jump out here and run across it, and you can see it on the side of the building, the logo. Yeah, so that one right in front, so it's White Bishop. See the logo on the front of it there. So run into White Bishop building. Now this is the building that spawns. It's got tons of medical rooms, as you can see here. Lots of medical supplies. It seems to be a building that was converted into medical. Now you might have already noticed when I started it on this bit, I did already have a salewa that I'd found elsewhere in the raid, but this is going to be your best place to come for medical supplies and to find the salewas if you're coming into the reserve map. Definitely on this White Bishop building. And as you'll see, I do find another one in here, and I only need two at this point because of those people I killed on the shoreline map. So at this point, once I find the second one, I do decide to just get out. So when I find this one, I'll show you me completing the task. So yeah, as you can see, that's me. That's me got the two salewas that I need. So I do stick around just to see if I can get any spares or anything like that. But I don't want to stick around too much. Once I've searched those rooms that I'm talking about, I do decide to get the hell out of there. So what I'll do is we'll come back once I'm handing the stuff over to Therapist and completing the task. Okay, so that's we're out the raid. We've managed to escape with the last of the salewas that we needed. So as you can see, we've got a Therapist. We've still got that one that we turned in right at the start, done, and then there's the final four. So as you can see, some of them do have some usage, but it's still letting me trade them in. So as I said at the start of the video, it doesn't matter how much is left, so long as there's at least 1 point left in that usage, then you can trade it into her. She will accept it. So I would almost say, if you do need to, definitely make the most of the salewas and use them if you need to. Get full money worth out of them, sort of thing, rather than just trade over ones with full 400 points worth of usage. But yeah, it's a fairly simple task. It's just obviously managing to find the salewas, be lucky enough to find them before anyone else does, and also escaping the raid with them. But the locations I've showed you on those two maps are by far the two best places, or well, the three best places, sorry, over those two maps to go to find salewa kits. So definitely go there if you're struggling. And I'm sure you'll find them in no time. But other than that, thanks for watching, guys. And I apologise again for there not being any audio. And I did want to keep the footage because of what happened with that firefight in the resort on Shoreline with the gear players and my kill names. It was quite good footage, so that's the reason why I didn't want to re-record. But I appreciate you taking the time to watch another one, and we'll see you in the next task video. Thanks, guys.